Welcome to Buffalo Trail. It's Sunday, September 17th, 2023. And someone informed me I never made a Buffalo Trail video here. So as usual, it'll be poor quality and I'll miss a couple cabins. But this is number one, right next to the restroom that does not have showers, be forewarned. And it's amazing, you know, some of these old traditional cabins are favorites for people for some strange reason. I always like the creek front ones myself. This is number two. However, there is a footpath going over the angle, and that with a nice new bridge that goes over Quaker Creek here. That is the only disadvantage. Also, I bring a whip, and I get rid of the weeds when I have a creek front cabin and it's like that. So I don't think the park will object. This is number three here. A little nicer. It is creek front, and it's facing the creek. Buffalo Trail has received a lot of new roofs, new chimneys, new backers for the stoves. That one has a new porch on it. This is a Buffalo 4 here. Now, they also had electrical upgrades. Not the poles, which are ancient, but the services and the masts and things of that nature. They used to have wooden masts on these cabins just until a couple years ago. This was the original Buffalo 5 site, a tragic accident there in the 30s. A woman who thought she was adding kerosene to get the stove fire going added gasoline, and her two nieces perished in the fire. They never rebuilt on this site, but they did rename number 5 going to this one, which is also a great location, right overlooking the creek. The creek is like almost right underneath your porch. One thing that always annoyed me and some of my friends is that they build a cabin on the creek, but they don't face the creek. And this is the case in number 6. It's still got a great fire pit right there, right on the creek. And in between those is the site of the old Science Lake Dam. This is named Buffalo Trail after the Buffalo Museum of Science, and then that was moved over to Science Lake, obviously, and the big encampment that's there, that's now very accessible with the nice Science Lake Trail they built. Where am I? This is 7 there, and 8, which is a nice cul-de-sac. Again, both on the creek, but not facing the creek. It's amazing these old water hydrants here survive the test of time, and the new ones seem to be replaced every 20 years, and having doing so myself at home. This is Buffalo 9 right here, sort of on the creek. Across the way is number 10, number 11. Mr. Woodchuck crawling underneath the porch. These inner cabins here, not my cup of tea, but again, traditionalists have always camped there, their families always camp there, and they're going to camp there. So that was 11. We're passing 12 right here. And this is the coveted 13. It's got a masonry fireplace. It used to be owned, it was a seasonal rental by a doctor. And when people lived here for a year at a time, or rented a year at a time, people would come to see him if they were ill. The masonry fireplace has now got an insert on it. This is number 14 across the way. And although we've come full loop, I did not get some of the interior cabins here. So this is number 1 again, number 2, 4 there. And this is the cabin that shall not be named. Got to be 15, maybe. However, it is an emergency hold cabin. In other words, if something happens to another cabin, they have emergency hold cabins on every loop, so that people will have a cabin in lieu of the cabin they rented if a tree falls or there's an electrical problem, anything like that. Again, you can see the new electrical on this cabin. And this is number 16, right here in the center of things. And number 15 right here. So the numbering's a little screwy, but it works. It's not that big of a loop, you can't find your cabin. So this is Buffalo Trail, one of the oldest and original cabins in the original part of the Frex area of the park. Original 7,150 acres that were purchased by Senator Albert Fancher and others. So you folks have a great Allegany day. I hope this trail drive was informative to you. And take care now.